Good evening and welcome to Westside TV. I'm your host Shinsk, here with Noxukao, and tonight we'll be interviewing the Big Disgusting about the upcoming Westside Eat Down Volume 1, affectionately named Intestinal Fortitude. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the event, the challenge is to eat a 5.5-pound burger in under 45 minutes. Fastest team wins. We're here to give you a little insight into the world of competitive eating. Let me start by asking, BD, how are you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing good. Good. Hungry.
Good,
Hungry for
good.
a burger.
Good. Now, can you tell us, have you ever competed in a food eating competition before?
Competition? No. Nothing sanctioned. But every day is a competition for the Big Disgusting.
All right. Now, can you just give us a rundown? What's the most disgusting thing you say you have? You can say you've ever eaten.
You ever been to an Asian wedding? They eat every animal you've ever seen. I ate jellyfish. I ate sea cucumber. Doesn't taste like real sea cucumber. Tastes like salt and crap. That was the most disgusting thing I've ever eaten. Salty crap.
Okay. Can you just walk us through a typical day of training for you? What is it? Is training something that's a constant thing?
It's not training if you consider it a part of your life. Every day, I get up, I think, what am I going to eat today? And then I eat it. And I eat sometimes a lot of it, sometimes not so much of it. But every day, I eat. That's the important part. Just eat.
Okay. Now, the world-renowned food eating champion Kobayashi likes to separate the dog from the bun and dip it in water. Do you have a similar plan when it comes to eating the Atlas burger?
It's going to be a game time decision. I'm going to see how the bun holds up. If the bun's too dry, my plan is to go condiment heavy and keep it wet with that. If it's too dry beyond that, I will utilize the Kobayashi dunk technique. But we're going to have to see what the field gives us that day.
Okay, now your partner, Manuel, he's an up-and-comer. Up-and-comer, is that right? He's up-and-coming. How about that? We don't know too much about him. He's a little bit of a dark horse. Can you tell us why you picked him and what he's going to bring to the table?
Manuel has the ability to put food away like you would not believe. I have seen the man devour the better part of a fast food dollar menu in under an hour. I have seen him consume what has been affectionately known as the Chicken McGangbang. It's a McChicken sandwich between a McDonald's double cheeseburger. The kid could do amazing things with eating food.
All right, now I think both of you are going to weigh in a little heavier than your opponents here. Is that tell me a little bit about that. What do you think your competition's strengths and weaknesses are, and where do you see you taking the lead here?
They have no strengths, only weakness. They're just weak. The lead is already taken. There was never any question in my mind. This will be a domination. Manuel and Big Disgusting will dominate from the first second. We will bring 100% pain to everyone else through the entire competition.
Noxukao here. I got a question for you. You know what's his name? Doomkopf Deutschman has been talking a lot of trash about how you're not as disgusting as you were back in the day, how you lost a lot of weight. Do you think that'll be a factor when it comes to this challenge?
What he doesn't know is I've been training since that day. I've been saving room. I've been saving room for the Atlas burger. I've been eating less so that I can eat more. It's all part of the strategy.
That is a good point that Noxukao brings up. We saw a leaked interview with the Dutchman. Was leaked on the internet about a week ago, and he was talking some pretty hardcore trash against you. Do you have any kind of response for that?
I think the Dutchman needs to watch his electric bill. He needs to keep that refrigerator door closed. He needs to watch his mouth. He needs to put some burger in that, because the trash talk that's coming out of it doesn't make any sense. You got to fill that stupid gap with some food and show the Big Disgusting where it's at.
Okay, now, as long as we're on the topic of the Dutchman here, there was a rumor going around that when I interviewed him last week that he is actually unable to belch. Do you feel like this is going to be a hindrance? Enough said.
Not a problem for me.
Do you feel like this is going to be a hindrance in the competition for him?
I do. You got to figure. You're putting food into an empty space. You got to find a way to let that air come out. And I don't think he's willing to let it come out the other end because it's going to destroy his teammates. So with the inability to belch, it's just going to backfire. And he's just going to get nauseated, and I bet you he's going to throw up within the 45 minutes because of it.
I have a question. Like while you're eating in this competition, do you like to keep your eye on the competition, or do you just like to focus on the food?
Eye on the prize. Eye on the prize, 100%. It's me and the beef.
So you're not going to worry about like what kind of pace they're setting, how far ahead they are, because this is a speed competition.
Doesn't matter. They're not going to be far ahead. They're not going to be ahead at all. They're going to be behind from the second this contest was started. They've been behind.
Another question: what do you like to drink while you're downing this food?
I'm sticking with water. It absorbs, doesn't get in the way of the flavor of the burger, helps lubricate the system. I'm a purist. Me, the burger, and the water. That's it.
So you are concerned about the flavor of the food?
Well, I'm going to eat that much of it. I don't want to taste like poo.
Okay.
Actually, I was going to ask a similar question. All right, BD. They say that the game is 75% mental, 25% gastrointestinal. How do you prepare mentally for a challenge like this?
I visualize the food going into me quickly. That's it. That's all I got to do. Just visualize eating it fast.
Keeping it simple. I like it. Okay. There's always been a controversy on heavyweight eaters versus lightweight eaters. Your team seems to be a little more stacked towards the heavyweight. Do you think that's a justified controversy there, or how is the lightweight eater going to hold up in this competition?
I think the weight isn't an issue here so much as the proportion of the eater. If you look at Manuel and myself, we're both statuesque individuals who may carry a little more weight, but we've got a little more height to back it up. Whereas compared to the competition, they may be a little bit smaller, but they're a little bit rounder at the same time. So I don't really think size of the eater is really going to come into question here. I don't think that's going to be a cause for concern for anybody.
You know, Vegas has made you guys the favorites. Does that add any extra pressure to you?
Vegas didn't tell me nothing I don't know.
Can we get a prediction here? How fast you're actually going to eat this thing in?
I say Manuel and Big Disgusting will dominate the Atlas in 27 minutes.
27 minutes. Okay, I'm glad we got that on record. Now you bring up a point here that I want to just touch on a bit here. You're going for the Atlas this year, which is, I would believe, the beginner burger at the Clinton Station. Is that not true?
It's the beginner as far as competitive burgers would go, I would say. Yep.
Right. Is there a certain or what plays into the decision making there when you're going for the Atlas over the larger brethren?
When reviewing stock footage of the burgers in question, it was noticed that the bun of these burgers seems to be the most challenging aspect of the whole thing. They're very big. They look like it could be a little dry, and so we couldn't really. We wanted to see that we could get through that bun with the smaller burger before we went on to the bigger, more challenging.
Interesting. So the bun is actually the main concern here.
The bun is the only concern.
This is actually my first event too, so I have a few questions that, before we get into this competition, I want to know how this is going to take place. Now, how do teammates normally attack one burger? Do they usually cut it right down the middle and just divide and conquer, or is there slacker has to kind of let the big dog eat?
This is my first time in sanctioned competition, and Manuel and I have not had the opportunity yet to work out our direct strategy. So we'll have to see how it goes.
All right. Well, would just like to thank you, Big Disgusting, for your interview, and good luck on the 20th at the Westside Eat Down at the Clinton Station Diner. We look forward to seeing you perform. Thank you.
Looking forward to it.
This is Shinsuke and Noxukow signing off.
This is the Big Disgusting. You're watching Westside TV. Come watch me dominate and decimate at the Westside Eat Down on March 20th.